Well, here we are after I reinstalled the Variator. I actually had too thick of shims in there. I was just using a bunch of, not a bunch, but I was using the proper amount of shims that was needed. I believe they're both specified at 0.8 millimeters a piece, and with both of them being 0.8 millimeters, I honestly couldn't get the clipped on. The last clip that goes in the Variator before you put the nut on. So I went through some of the shims that I got with some other Mobys and another Variator that I bought once upon a time. I got a surplus of shims now, and I noticed they're not all the same size, so I started miking them out, and I found a shim that was actually 0.4 millimeters, and I put that in, and I don't have that side-to-side play anymore. I got the clip in really nice. I have no side-to-side play. I cannot feel any. I can't hear any clicking. And as you can hear from the difference in this video to the first video in this thread, you don't hear that rattling noise anymore as well, because what I found out was I kind of had it idled up too high, and when it was idling that high, it kind of vibrated a good bit and made it make noises and shit. So this is where we're at right now. You hear that? Right when I hit the gas a little bit, you get that noise back again, but it goes away after it engages. I guess that must be that common noise that Johnny Doob was talking about. It might be idled a little high still, but I'll play with that when start riding it more. I definitely got to get out and ride a little bit. It could be as it's warming up, it's got a fresh piston in it too, or fresh rings in it also. You know, they're not super fresh, they're not super funky fresh or nothing like that, but they're relatively new. So as the engine warms up, it seems to always idle up a little bit anyhow, you know, depending on the weather conditions and stuff. But anyhow, yeah, rock on, man. This is my new awesome toy that it's not really, well, it's a toy, it's a tool. So I bought this piece of shit timing gauge from Treats. I skimped out on the cheap one and turned it into a piston stop. I said, hell with it. I think I used it twice as an actual timing tool, but I wasn't very confident in it because I just didn't like how I didn't like its accuracy. It's a really inexpensive, I think it's the cheapest one they offer. I wouldn't recommend it really unless you want to do what I did. Just welded I welded it together and didn't go. You can't make it too long for the Moby because you'll have a hard time getting it down inside of there. I've got about a 1 inch, 1 1/16 of an inch. Stick it out of the end, and it works fine. You you gotta push, you gotta swing the motor back, and it's the easiest way I found to do it. You just push the motor down with your hand as if it was variating to take your plug out and to put the piston stop in. So anyhow, Dusty Rims signing out with a good variator on my Moby. I mean, it was a good variator. It's installed right now. Take your time, check your shims, make sure your clips are snapping into place, and double check, and bad things can happen if you don't. Luckily, I caught this soon enough, and with some advice from some of you guys on MA here, I addressed it before it got too much carnage involved. So thank you, everybody, and we'll talk to you next time.